Good morning. What's going on, world? I'm back. Just got back yesterday from going out of town for a little bit to go see my wife's family, my family-in-law, and what a damn trip it was, to say the least. I filmed a little bit while I was down there. I was editing on that video this morning, and probably not even gonna run with that. Trust me, you guys are gonna be hearing about everything today. A lot of things getting ready to take place today. With Jaron first thing this morning.
Good morning.
Probably can't see him back there, but he's back there. Jaron, appreciate all your help while I was gone.
Yes, sir. No problem, man. Look, I appreciate all the love and support from everybody. Once again, man, I know I say it all the time, sound like a broken record, but I really do, man. It's so humbling, and it's just more and more every day. And I treat people the way I want to be treated, and yeah, so let everybody know that if you contact me, if you comment, if you're on my Facebook or something, I will respond. It might take me a while, and it might only be a thumbs up, but I will respond, I promise.
You know, I didn't even notice, man, but you're doing a lot better with them teeth.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hell yeah, Jaron. All right, so as you guys can tell, we're loading up lawn equipment. We are a couple of days late on our property maintenance. We were supposed to be over there on the 11th, but I traveled on the 10th, and we had a whole bunch of rain here while I was gone. So today's the 15th. We're 4 days late on that, and it's probably going to be pretty tall over there. We got the zero turn right here that we just freshly tuned up, new blades on it, oil change, spark plugs, all sorts of stuff that we did to this. New air filter, don't got a new fuel filter. Do we got a new oil filter on this?
Yes.
New oil filter on this. So hopefully this thing's going to cut like a dream today, and Jaron is going to be running the yard crew today.
Yes, sir.
Not only is Jaron going to be running the yard crew today, we're also going to have Jew-Man potentially helping Jaron. I can't be here for this because I got a lot of stuff to try to get done today. And when you guys hear about everything that's going on, you're going to be like, what the... She better start. All that damn tuning up we just did to her. When you guys hear everything that's going on, you're going to be like, what the hell? All right, so what else is going on? Well, let's go ahead and start with the biggest thing, and I'm only going to say this really briefly, and then we're going to address this a lot later. Rabbit update. I was down in Mississippi. My first day down in Mississippi, I was down there. We traveled on Thursday. Friday was our first full day. Friday morning, I talked with Rabbit from the facility. He called me from the healing place, and he was having, you know, some trouble with it. I don't know. He was definitely doing okay, though. I said, hey, look, man, just stick it out. I know it's going to be tough, but, you know, this is going to be a great thing. An hour later, I get a phone call from Rabbit's cell phone. Didn't understand why. I was literally getting in the vehicle with my wife and my mother-in-law. And basically, Rabbit said he was done with the program, and he left. Rabbit didn't make it a day in the program. So I didn't understand. I tried to call the program and say, hey, look, you know what? I don't even know what to say about all of this. The fact of the matter is I'm going to be seeing Rabbit in a little bit. He was up in Richmond after he left from the program with nowhere to go, nobody to come get him. Jaron was ready to go get him. You know, he was willing to make that ride again, but I said, Jaron, we got nowhere that we can take Rabbit. This was the one opportunity that we had that was set in stone, that was free. Even more crazy. About 11 o'clock that night, I got a message from Jelico. Jelico is who went and picked up Rabbit. I know all of this is probably sounding horrendous. Well, I want you guys to not make any crazy, rash judgment just yet. Fact of the matter is, a little bit later on this morning, I'm going to be going to see Jelico and Rabbit, and we will talk about this situation even further. All of this took place again while I was out of town. It happened on Friday. It's Monday as we're filming this. We'll get into this. I know a lot of people, you know, don't like Jelico, and hell, me and Jelico have had our issues in the past, and Jelico's had his own problems, and you know what? Jelico had another opportunity for Rabbit. It was a halfway house, $140 a week. This is a halfway house where Jelico was actually in. He made the phone calls to get the ball rolling to try to help Rabbit have another opportunity, and right now that is up in the air. So we'll be seeing both Rabbit and Jelico in a little bit. And I hate to, have to tell you guys that this is where we are. Is Rabbit using? I don't think that he is. He seems very adamant on trying to remain sober, but hopefully that's going to be the case. Other things going on today. We're closing on the second flip house. That's going to be a major thing. Today we get the keys to this place. Tomorrow, Rehabilitated Rehabs is getting ready to kick off. I think that's the name that I like. Rehabilitated Rehabs. Something along those lines. So a lot of stuff going on, and I'm sorry to have to tell you guys as abruptly as I did. We're gonna get loaded up, make sure we got everything for this lawn care, and I'm gonna drop Jaren off over there. Jew-Man should be meeting us over there as well to help Jaren out. If for whatever reason Jew-Man can't get there, Jaren's gonna be taking on this property today by himself, and I got a lot of running around to do. I gotta make sure that we're closing on the flip house. That's taking place today, and I gotta go meet up with Jelico and Rabbit, and we will talk about this situation a lot further. A lot of things going on. Hey, happy Monday. It feels good to be home, and sorry to have to tell you guys that it didn't work out at the healing place. There'll be a lot more on that in this video, so let's make today as productive and as good as we possibly can. All right, so I'm just leaving from our property that we do our property cleanup on and maintenance. Jew-Man's over there with Jaren. They're gonna get that thing knocked out. I didn't want to do any filming over there because I don't really be trying to film on that property. That's our, you know, it's our biggest job that we do, and I always try to keep it very professional over there. Grass isn't even that bad considering the fact that we haven't been there and we're a couple of days behind schedule. But with the fact that it's been cooling off around here, grass hasn't been growing all that much. At least that's my thought on this. All right, I gotta go to the bank. I gotta go get the money to purchase this flip house. We're gonna be closing on that flip house today. We'll have the keys for it later on, but ultimately, I know nobody's even thinking about that right this second, and really, I'm not even thinking about that right this second. I'm thinking about the fact that, you know, what the hell is going on with Rabbit and what is going to happen with him. I know a lot of people are probably upset to hear that it did not work out. Him at this program, he only lasted 1 day there. I guess what happened was he had an issue with a staff member there. There was a staff member there that was being super nasty to him, and some big argument turned into him saying F this, grabbing his stuff and leaving. When I found out that that took place, I was in contact with the program, with the guy Dolan, and Dolan told me that he was just definitely having some problems adjusting to the program. He was not doing well. I asked Dolan, I said, hey, look, if a guy leaves, you know, if he's willing to come back, can he get back in there? And he said, no. Once you leave, you're done. You get one chance. I basically begged Dolan saying, hey, look, you know, if he's willing to give it another chance, would you guys take him back in there? He said he would have to talk to the main guy. And he says that he tried to call the main guy, but he wasn't able to get in contact with him. I think ultimately what it boils down to is, you know, Rabbit just didn't want to do it, but that's just my opinion. We'll definitely be getting his side of the story today. Then, Jelico. I ended up having a long phone call with Jelico at about 11 o'clock at night on Friday. And we had a very candid conversation, to say the least. I said, look, Jelico, you know, you've been dealing with your own problems, and, you know, there's a lot of bad feelings about all of this. I said, Jelico, please do not put any of this out there that, you know, you're going to get him. Not until I get back, not until we can address this situation. We can all talk about this and all have our sides of the story for this. I know Jelico's got a bad rap. I'm a big part of that because I threw Jelico up under the bus, and even Jelico tells me that he's not mad that I did that. He says, I understand that you had to have your separation. With whatever problems that Jelico has, one thing that I can say is, I know this guy. I've known him since we were locked up together, and I know that at heart, he genuinely does mean well, and he genuinely wants to and also tries to help people in whatever way that he can, even if it's just by putting them to work. The fact of the matter is, Jelico was Rabbit's last and only option when he had nobody else, nowhere else. He was up in Richmond with no way to get back around the area. The fact that he wanted to get back around the area was a red flag for me, but hey, it's water under the bridge at this point. It's done. Jelico has an opportunity for Rabbit in terms of a halfway house. Rabbit yesterday went and did the interview with this halfway house, which is $140 a week. And today he's supposed to find out if he's going to be able to get up into this halfway house. Now, if he's not, I don't know what to do. Jelico don't know what to do. Rabbit's been staying with Jelico. He's currently working with Jelico this morning. We're gonna be going out there and seeing both of these guys. I just hate having to bring you guys this update. This is not the way that I wanted to see this turn out at all, but the fact of the matter is, this is where we are right now. And there's nothing that can be done because you can't undo what's already been done. Hopefully he's gonna be able to get into this halfway house. Hopefully this will be the right move for him. When he bucked on the program, you know, he was telling me that he wanted to try to go to the Union Mission homeless shelter, but that wasn't even, and it's not even a guarantee that he'd be able to get into that. COVID, bed space, who knows? So, we're gonna go get the money that we need to close on the flip house. We'll be doing that at 1 o'clock today. That place will be ours. After that, we're gonna begin working on rehabilitated rehabs number 2, no longer felon flippers. And we'll find out what the heck is going on with Rabbit. All right, just leaving from the bank and bang, here's the check to go buy the next flip house. So good deal there. You know, I go to one bank and I don't ever go to any other branches of that bank. And the reason for that is because I like the bank that I go to. The people there are very friendly and they know all about After Prison Show. They know about the flip houses. So that's a really good thing. I feel like if I was to go to any other branch, they might think that, I don't know, maybe it might be a little bit more hectic, but maybe not. So anyways, we got the check for the next flip house. We're gonna be closing on that at 1 o'clock today. We'll have the keys to that flip house by 3 o'clock this afternoon. And it's getting ready to be rehabilitated rehabs coming this week. We're gonna be beginning on all of that. And I got a lot of ideas for the actual video content of that. So, good deal. I'm getting ready to go now and get up with Rabbit and Jelico. So that's gonna be the next thing, and obviously that's gonna be the biggest thing. So let's go see what's going on there and what's going on with Rabbit. So I'm up at a storage facility. No better place to be meeting Jelico at because and Rabbit, because this is where Jelico is always at. And I don't know where his unit is at. So we're gonna go see both of these guys. And you know, it's been a long time since we've seen Jelico and all of that. So hopefully we're gonna get a chance to talk about some things, but most importantly is what's going on with Rabbit and, you know, what is he doing? So let me try to find this storage unit because I ain't never been to this place before and I got no idea where I'm going. So let me find this and we'll talk with these guys. So we're over at the storage unit. This is one, we've been at 2 storage units at the same property where Jelico has storage units at. And man, does he got a lot of stuff up in here. This is his tool unit right here and it is just loaded with tools. He built this 2nd story up here. Crazy. We'll look at that in a little bit, but got Rabbit.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Well, I'm still detoxing. I mean, I ain't been using it, but I probably got 2 more weeks of this feeling like shit. You know, before I'm back to normal. Can't hardly sleep at night sometimes, freezing, burning up, you know, all kinds of stuff. It'll be gone for long, man. I'll be all right. I had a few difficulties in the program, the healing place, and I couldn't stand up to that type of pressure at that time.
So let's just go ahead and address everything. Rabbit, you went to the program on Thursday. That was the day that I was traveling, going out of town.
Yeah.
I spoke with you on Friday morning. Friday morning would be the first day that you would be at the program. You called me from the facility, told me that, you know, you were having some trouble with it. You didn't really like it, but, you know, I was trying to tell you, hey, look, just stick it out. It's going to be tough, whatever. And then about an hour later, I get a phone call from you on your cell phone, and you said, F this, I'm done with this, I'm not doing this.
Right.
What happened?
Well, I'm gonna try to keep this real short as far as my explanation goes. I'm just gonna say that there's a level of disrespect in that program that I cannot handle.
You had a problem with a staff member.
2 of them.
So you had a problem with 2 staff members. You got into an argument or something along them lines, and then you just grabbed your stuff and left?
No, not really. I mean, the shit with the first incident was so petty, man. Alright. So, they say you can't wear your hat in the building, which is cool, right? I had no problem with that, you know. Their rules, I ain't got no problem with it. So I'm walking out the door, man. I got 1 foot stepping out the door, and I put my hat on to go smoke a cigarette. And this lady stops me and calls me back in. And she says, "You're not allowed to wear your hat in the building." I said, "Yes, ma'am, I know that." You know, I was putting it on as I was going outside to smoke, and it was just so trivial, and it was like they were pushing my buttons or something. You know, I felt like that. I had another extreme issue with a lady. I've never been good, man, with people yelling in my face and screaming at me like I'm some punk ass kid or something. And maybe one day I can get to where I can stand it. You know, I can tolerate it or just blow it off. But at this point in time, with the shit that I'm going through and feeling terrible already and ready to snap anyway, and then I got somebody standing there yelling in my face and calling me a liar about things, you know, I just can't handle that, man.
From the situation that you dealt with at the program, you ended up leaving. You left Friday. That was the first day that you were there at the program, and you were up in Richmond. I talked with you. I think Jaron talked with you. I know you talked with a couple of people.
Right.
You had no plan. Well, I guess you kind of had a plan. You were telling me about going to another program, the Union Mission Homeless Shelter, I think is where you said you want.
Just for, you know, maybe a couple of weeks or something until I could get into another program, you know. That was my plan. But
so Jaron wanted to come up there to get you, and I told him not to do it because what could we do? I didn't know if it was going to be a guarantee, and he didn't have nowhere for you to go if that didn't work out.
Right.
So we didn't have any options there, and then you would end up talking with Jelico.
Right.
Now, you know that, you know, I've had some issues with Jelico, and you've worked with Jelico, and a lot of people are probably going to think that, you know, Jelico may not be a good influence or whatever. We're going to talk with Jelico in this video also, because this is the first time that I'm seeing him since all of the stuff that we went through. But Jelico would end up coming to get you. Me and him would have a long conversation while he was on the ride up to come get you on Friday night. This was the only ride that you had, and he had a potential lead for you in terms of somewhere to go as well.
Absolutely. Well, you know, Jelico told me, man, he said, lose my number. Because he didn't want me contacting and talk to him.
He didn't want you contacting what?
Or talking to him. He figured he was a bad influence, right? Or maybe he thought he was, I don't know, you know, I don't know what he thinks. But he didn't want me to call and talk to him anymore, man. It wasn't about not being friends anymore or nothing like that. He just, some circles that we go in are not good for others.
Not good for you.
Definitely some circles are not good for me. And I can't say that he's in them or anybody else, but some circles that people travel in are not good for other people.
Right.
So, you know, and I deleted his number. I didn't have his number on my phone. I didn't have Ann's number. I didn't have nobody's number. So I looked Ann up on Facebook and contacted her that way. And then I told him what the situation was. And sometimes, man, good people step up to help good people out.
Let's talk about this next opportunity for you, this halfway house. We don't got to put the name of it out there, but this is a place where Jelico was at. This is the last option that anybody really has for you. If this does not work out, you know, we'll talk about that in a minute. But the program that you didn't work out with, the healing place, that was a free program. This halfway house that you just went and did an interview for yesterday is $140 a week. Mm-hmm. Jelico's even said that he's going to pay for the first week of it. Mm-hmm. I'll pay for the second week of it, but then after that, that's it. You're going to have to figure it out on your own. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts about this opportunity?
As far as the payment plan goes on it, you know, I'm thinking that I can get some type of assistance through the CSB program that will help me out. You know,
They pay like a month of the
month,
program.
right? And then, I mean, during that time, man, I can be working. You know, if I'm working 2 or 3 days a week, I can still, you know, have enough money to pay. You know, if as long as I'm not out blowing it and, you know, doing stupid shit that I'm not supposed to do, I have that money to pay. So, with that said, I'm thinking I shouldn't have any problems.
Now, we're going to keep this very candid, Rabbit. I was mad as hell when you called me and said that you left the program. And it was after that when me and you would end up talking, and I said, you know, Rabbit, no matter what, no matter where you go, they're going to have rules, they're going to have people there that you don't like, and it's going to be up to you to just try to deal with that situation the best that you can to get through it for yourself. What happened at the healing place is done. It can't be undone. It's just done. So now it's about moving on to the next opportunity, and this next opportunity is this halfway house that Jelico knew about. Mm-hmm. If you get up into this thing and there's people up in there that you don't like, and that there's situations that you don't like or rules, you know, what are you going to do about that?
Well, I'm going to tell you like this, man. If there's people that I don't like, I really don't care, because I don't have to deal with those people. I can stay over there, they can stay over here. I don't talk to them, they ain't got to talk to me. You know, I've been through that before. I've had cellmates that I didn't talk to. I don't care about that. But my tolerance for disrespect is very low right now. You know? Now, I felt like I was being targeted at this place because the ladies there,
whatever happened there, I don't want to go too deep into that. But what I do want to say is this. To your defense, I do want to say, I know that you're dealing with a lot. I know that the detox has got to be excruciating to go through, and it's got to have you in the most agitated state of mind. I understand that much. So whatever happened there, that's one thing. But Rabbit, if you get up into this next place, and then for whatever reason it don't work out and you buck on this or say, I'm just not going to follow these rules, I ain't got no other options. Jelico ain't got no other options. Like, what is your game plan?
This is my game plan. First off, it's not about rules or following rules. I can do that. I can follow any damn rule they want to give me. You know? I don't care. I'm not going to get high. I'm not going to drink. I'm not going to do none of that.
Have you gotten high?
No,
since,
not at all.
Have you drank since?
No. Well, I did when I left the healing place. I went and got a beer. I was mad at the goddamn world, and I went and got a beer. But, you know, that's even irrelevant, man. The thing is, I didn't even drink the beer. I left 3/4 of beer sitting on the table and walked away. I didn't even want it. But that's irrelevant as well. The fact of the matter is, it's not about who I like or what rules I like. It's about doing this to make sure that I'm okay and I'm back on track, basically, okay? So, I can follow the rules. I don't have a problem with that. I have my only problem with, you know, I'm still detoxing right now. I wake up 3 or 4 times at night, man. I can't get back to sleep sometimes. You know, I'm freezing, I'm burning up, you know. I probably got about 2 more weeks of this to go through, dude. You know? So, with me going through that, and then having somebody standing there just screaming in my face, and man, I can't, no possible way I could handle it. So rather than retaliate or do something that could have got me in a lot of trouble, I walked off.
There's going to be a lot of people who see this, who are upset by this, who are disappointed by this.
They weren't there. So if they feel like they need to be upset or disappointed, I respect that. But by the same token, you don't know what I'm going through, and you don't know what I was going through there, and you didn't have nobody standing there screaming in your face like you were some punk ass kid or a dog or something like that.
Well, what I do want to say is this happened last Friday. It's Monday now as we're filming this. I was out of town. There wasn't a damn thing that I could do while I was out of town. Hell, there's not a damn thing that I can do now that I'm back in town, except say, looking at you now, Rabbit, you don't look like you've been using. You look like you're still on the right track. I told you I'd give you the benefit of the doubt until I believe something otherwise. But you went through the detox program. You took that initial step to get to where you are right now. And all I want to see, and I would hope that everybody else who sees this, I hope that all they want to see is whatever it be, it just work out for you and you still maintain the course to stay sober.
My 3 top goals in life right now are maintaining my sobriety, staying out of jail, and learning how to live a good life again.
I want to see all those things for you. Now, I want to talk with Jelico, and I'm going to talk with you in a little bit, but I really want to talk with him. And I want to say this. I'm going to be very honest when I say this. Me and After Prison Show separated. I cut ties with Jelico, and that was in the past, and I truly felt like Jelico was not a good person for Rabbit to be around. I don't know what's going on with Jelico. I see what he's got going on with his business. He just got his business license. He's got 2 vans. I see all of these tools and multiple storage units that this man has, and I know what his work ethic is like. When Jelico called me on Friday night to say that he was on his way to go pick up Rabbit, I asked Jelico, please do not put this out there until I get back and we can all talk about this. Because if it got out that 1, Rabbit did not last but a day at this program, and then 2, that it was Jelico that came and picked him up, I already know that everybody was going to think the absolute worst. We've just looked at Rabbit. To me, it looks like Rabbit has been doing good. I've had some time to sit here and talk with Jelico, and I've talked with Jelico over the course of the last couple of days, and to be able to reconnect with this guy, I truly sense that he is trying to do the best that he can for himself, and also I know that he tries to do good for other people as well. No matter what, I know that Jelico tries his absolute damnedest to help other people. He puts guys to work. He'll give the shirt off of his back to try to help somebody else. And he does that in spite of anything that he might be dealing with. So I want to say that first and foremost. And I also want to mention this. And I'm going to tell Jelico this when we get on camera. And that is, the situation that happened in the past, it was a bad situation. I cut ties with Jelico, and as much as I feel like that was the right thing to do, and even Jelico tells me that he understands why I did it and that it was the right thing to do, I don't like that I had to do that. I consider Jelico a friend, and I know at heart this is a good person. So, Rabbit, let me switch with you real quick, and Jelico, let me talk with you, man. What's going on, stranger?
How we doing, brother?
Dude, it's been a long time since I've seen you, man.
Yes, it has.
I want to say a lot of what I was just talking about, and I want to start with Friday. Friday, when you called me and said that you were on your way to go pick up Rabbit, and me and you had a very candid conversation right there. It was an emotional conversation as well, but the bottom line was, if it were not for you, ain't no telling where Rabbit would be at right now. He had nobody else that he could call, and I didn't think that it was a good idea for Rabbit to call you. I don't know what's been going on with you, but I get up with you today and I see you look good. You got 2 vans on the road, a business license, multiple storage units full of tools and full of things, and you stay busy and stay trying to put guys to work. So I guess the first thing that I want to say, Jelico, as we begin this is, I truly apologize for the way that things ended between you and I.
Brother, like I told you on the phone, man, you have nothing to apologize about, man. Certain people in certain situations, when something like that comes up, you have to shut it off. You know, your life is professional. This is what happened was embarrassing, and it could have harmed you. There were some things that you brought up that I thought, you were right. You were right, and I don't disagree. And it's made me a better person. I was in a dark place for a minute after that. But a lot of the army still kept in contact with me, man, and still contact me on a regular basis, and they lift my spirits. And of course, I have I have my girl Ann. She's my backbone. She's my backbone. A lot of times before it was just me, but it's not just me anymore. It's me and Ann now.
You got a good girl by your side. You've had that for a long time. I don't even know where to begin with this. I guess, you know, look, obviously you had some things that were going on in the past, and whatever was going on with all of that, that's not even something that I want to spend any time with right here. I felt like you were a bad influence for Rabbit. Rabbit mentioned to me that, you know, he was going to begin working with you, and I said, hey, look, I don't know if that's a great idea, but ultimately it's his decision. And I don't want to say, you know, that you, I want to clarify this. I don't believe that you were the reason for Rabbit's demise. I want to make that very clear.
Yeah. Okay.
Rabbit's a grown man. Rabbit's going to make the decisions that he wants to make. You're a grown man. You're going to make the decisions that you want to make. We're all grown here. So I want to start this by saying that I want to put a little bit of water underneath the bridge. I hope that we're able to do that. Because what I know is, I know that you do try to help people, and I've seen what you do. You, just talking with you today, you mentioned going out here and giving away clothes to people who need clothes and furniture to people who need furniture, and you are working day in and day out trying to do the most that you can for yourself, but also for other people around you. So I do have a lot of respect for that right there, Jelico. I want you to know that. Talk to me about your thoughts on everything that you were seeing with, you know, Rabbit admitting that he was too far off the deep end. He wanted to go into detox. I know that you had to see this type of stuff going on with the videos. You know, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I generally don't watch the videos, but of course it was Rabbit. You know, I wanted to see what was going on, and I was proud of him, to be honest with you, and I'm glad it happened. You know, I am sincerely glad it happened. I was a little troubled when I heard that he left the Richmond place. Ann told me, and I was like, well, why hasn't he called Joe? Why hasn't he called APS?
Oh, he did.
You know, and I kind of stalled that day a little bit, just to wait to see what was going to go on or what was going to happen. And even on the ride up there, that's when, you know, when I made the phone call, we left the message, and then, you know, the phone call, because I didn't want to be, you know, I didn't want to be the bad guy, or I didn't know what he was up to. I've dealt with a lot of addicts on a regular basis, so I didn't know if there was a ploy. You know, I didn't know why me? You know, you have all the support in the world. You know, of course I have his back. Whatever. Yes. But I kind of wanted to know why. You know, so that's why I called.
And I appreciate you giving me the courtesy of at least calling me, and then we would end up on the phone. You left me a message. I had missed that, and then we ended up on the phone together, and we talked and we hashed some things out, and you gave me some respect that I'm truly grateful for you giving me that respect, and I wanted to be able to give you the same respect, and I'm trying to still do that right here, saying that, you know, I know even if there are problems with you, if there's been problems with you, if whatever it's been that you deal with, I know that you still are trying to put guys to work and help them out in any way that you can, probably with rides. And you mentioned you got a guy to go into a detox program and offering suggestions with halfway houses. Like you constantly do try to help people. You had this one opportunity, this basically what I consider like a last ditch effort. The healing place should have worked out. That's my personal opinion. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. I know what Rabbit tells me. That's all there is. And it's a dead issue at this point. You knew of this halfway house opportunity because you had been there. It's $140 a week. And you made it possible for Rabbit to get in contact with this. You took him to the interview yesterday. Rabbit's been staying with you because he's got no other safe place to stay at. You know, I want it to be known what you've done in an effort to try to help Rabbit maintain his sobriety.
I understand that, but I want people to understand that I'm not an enabler. I'm not, you know, as long as he's making an effort, I don't have a problem, you know. But if I see him using, like, we have video of going to pick him up, and I was like, man, I'm telling you, if he's using, man, I'm gonna leave his ass out here. I'm gonna leave his ass out here, because he's been given a lot of chances, and a lot of people support him. A lot of people believe in him.
He's been given a lot more chances than a lot of people.
Yes, and you know, I love him. He's a good dude, man, and I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. But I'm just saying, with the place in Richmond, I understand. I've been in halfway houses. I've been in treatment programs. So I kind of understand where he was. But I'm not saying he should have done, I'm not saying what he did was right or just anything. He just needed help. And I got him, and I was planning on taking him the next morning. It didn't end up that way, so we had to stay a couple days, you know. I drink, so I had to refrain while he was staying with me, and we did some work around the house, but we didn't go out, you know, I didn't bring any of the guys in and stuff like that. I work with a lot of guys who are in active addiction, you know. There's a lot.
That was something that me and you had different views about. My view is, if you're using, I'm not trying to help you. And you view that situation differently.
Well,
if you don't want the help or...
Yeah. I mean, it's a different view. Not saying yours is wrong or mine's right. You know, there's that's not it. I'm just saying there's people out there that just need support and to know that you're there. Some guys, they show up late and they leave early, and it's addiction, you know.
Some people are never going to change.
And that's it. And that's the thing. You have to keep some people at arm's reach. But some people, you know, they're making an effort, you know. They're catching a bus, they're riding a bike, they're making the phone calls, they're showing up. You know what I'm saying? And Rabbit's one of those guys, you know. I can leave Rabbit to, you know how it is. You know what I'm saying? So, plus, man, he's become family, you know.
I want to get a little more in depth with this next halfway house opportunity that you've made possible. He's got to wait till today to find out whether or not he's accepted into this halfway house, and you know, there's a chance that he might not be there, but it's probably like a 50-50 chance. Hopefully he's getting accepted into this. What happens if he's not accepted into this? What does Jelico have left on the table in terms of trying to help? Because I can tell you, I don't have options.
I have some options, man, but to be honest with you, man, he's got to get on the phone himself. He's got to make the effort himself. You know, we've done our part. You know, I don't mind feeding. Man, that's nothing. Hanging out, whatever, food, nothing. Clothes, place to stay, that's nothing. But there comes a point in time where a man has to step up. And if we've done all we can, he has to do his part and do all he can and exhaust all his options. I mean, whatever it may be. I don't know the answer, and like a lot of guys that work for me, they want an answer, and I don't necessarily always have the answer. You know, all you got to do is try and work hard and be true. I mean, you know, just keep it 100. You know, just you ain't got to BS nobody. Just work for what you want. You want to be sober, man? You can be sober.
Well, I'm hopeful that this next program is going to work out. I want to say, you know, let me reiterate the fact that if he is accepted into this program, you've offered to pay this first $140 for him. I would have no problem paying a week as well. I don't want anybody else paying any money for this. I want this man to be able to get it for himself, because just like you said, you got to stand up and you got to go get it. You got to go get it yourself. You cannot be, you know, helped forever. I mean, there comes a point in time, I believe, there comes a point in time when you just gotta do it for yourself.
No, you're absolutely right, you know, and that's the thing, you know, he's allotted a certain amount of time. I mean, this guy, the guy where he's going, man, this guy,
he's a straight shooter.
There ain't no pulling no wool over this guy's eyes, man. That's what I was trying to say. This is the best one. This is the best one in the area. If he can't make it through this one, if I get a call saying, well, listen, man, this happened. I mean, I'm not being. I'll give you a bite to eat. You know, we'll hang out, give you a ride every now and then, man. But
I want you to say it though. You're done.
That's it. I mean, I'm done with that aspect. I love him. He needs something to eat, right? But like, you gotta stand on your own 2 feet, man. And
I'm the same exact way, because I mean, there's only so much help that somebody can do before you just realize nothing's ever going to be the right option unless they go get it them damn self. Find whatever it is that you think that you need. I don't want to make this too long. This is the first time that I'm seeing you since we had the problems that we had and I had to wash my hands of you. I want to let you know that I truly regret the way that situation unfolded. Maybe I should have handled it a totally different way, but I felt like I needed to clarify there needed to be separation, and here's why. Jelico, I got a lot of respect for you. I got a lot of love for you. Me and you served time together. Me and you have busted ass on some of the worst jobs that we've ever done. We've tried to do so many things together. And even through the darkest times that you've gone through recently, you have still maintained your drive to try to do the very most that you can. And I respect that. I want to say these things because I know that there's going to be people who view this video who still have, and maybe are even entitled to have, a view of you that I helped create. Ain't no probably about it. But I genuinely respect what you've done to get where you are, to stay driven, to stay trying to help other people, and for what you did for Rabbit on Friday night. Because had it not been for you, you went and got this guy at 11 o'clock at night. Had it not been for you, ain't no telling where he'd be right now.
It's not a problem, man. But that's the thing, man. You have to come. There comes a point in your life where we went to prison. We are out of prison. I was doing things that might lead me. So sometimes you have to cut those people off. Rabbit, when he comes into sobriety, he's going to be meeting people and moving on up. And there's going to be a time where addiction and hanging out with people who, you know, or an active addiction isn't a part of his life. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you have to do, you know, in order to keep moving. You can't have someone pull you down, or at least you can't take that chance. So I totally 100% understand, with no shadow of a doubt. I have nothing but respect for you and the movement that you've started. The only ill words I've ever said about you, you've probably read in the comments. There were, you know, for like a week afterwards. But other than that, I've never said an ill word about you. Now I know I've seen the boba, I've seen it, but
I've made
okay.
a lot of jokes.
It's okay though. It's okay.
And I truly apologize for that. I want to apologize. I drug you in the Bobo with the car parts thing and the video that you made where you tried to explain the situation the best way that you could. I regret that. That was immature on my part. I did it for laughs. I got a messed up way of addressing certain things. But I want to say to you, Jelico, face to face, I truly regret the jokes that I made about it, because it's a very serious situation that you've dealt with, that you're probably still dealing with, whatever there. I respect you, man. I truly respect you, because I know at heart what you want and what you try to do, not only for you, but for the people that you work with as well.
Yeah, man, my ambition is to just be the best I can be, you know. I have to go to prison. Well, I might. I'm gonna have to go to prison. And it's the way it is. But I want to be the best person I can be before I go, you know.
Jelico, thank you, man. Thank you for what you've done, what you've been doing. Can we, you know, talk again? Can we, I don't want to make this like a one-time thing.
Nah, man. You know, my phone's always on. I still got the same number. I'm working. You know, hopefully, you know, Rabbit can work with you one day and work with me one day, and everything will be great. You know, that's the plan, but sometimes it doesn't always work out that way. But I hope and pray it does. He's got a lot of support. There's no reason for him not to. He wants it. We've had long talks. You know? And I hate to see him go down that road. But, you know, sometimes people, you know, they choose whatever, for whatever reason. And sometimes you just have to not turn your back, but let them go. And per se, you know, keep them at arm's reach, you know, just a phone call, and just be that support that way, because that's all you can do. You can't, just like you know, you didn't want nothing bad to happen to you, or you know, you got to do what's
You got to
in
be
your
selfish
best.
sometimes.
You do, and you have to do what's in your best interest. You know, sometimes he's a good dude. He's in my best interest, and I care, man. He, like I said, he's family, but you know, drugs are they sucked, man. Addiction sucks.
Jelico, thank you, man.
Not a problem, brother. It's been my pleasure, man. My pleasure.
I'm glad that we got a chance to talk with Jelico because he's played a role in this and getting you back down here. But I'm going to have a very candid conversation with you right now, and this is where it is. And I want to also wrap this up with words from you. So I want you to please hear me with this. When I heard that you left from the program, I was so mad, Rabbit. So mad. Everybody came together for your best interest with kind words and just rooting for your success. And I just I mean, I don't know. I don't think I was nasty to you or anything, but I was definitely mad and disappointed that the situation did not work out. And then not being there felt like I was pretty much helpless and hopeless in terms of what could be done. Rabbit, and I'm back now, and I want to tell you, I've got no other options. And there can't be any other options. Like Jelico said, if this next thing, this halfway house, does not work out, it's totally up to you to figure out what happens next. And I know that you had mentioned the Union Mission program, maybe the Salvation Army program. I know that you've got things in mind. Even with the fact that I was mad this thing didn't work out, I understand. You were going through some things, a lot of things, detoxing, being agitated, whatever, okay? Obviously, my best case scenario was that 9 months from now, Rabbit's a totally different person and it's a kumbaya type of a situation. But this is real life, and not always does it work out the way that we hope it will. And I know even going into this program, you hoped that it was going to work out. You were excited to do this. You were so proud of yourself for going through the detox. And I know that right now, you're probably, and I don't want to put thoughts of what you're feeling in your head, but maybe you're a little disappointed that it didn't work out. But I know that you're still sober. Okay?
Absolutely.
Because you went through that detox. Yeah. And I know that you know that if you go back and you use it all, it's going to be right back over the deep end. And there ain't going to be no coming back.
Yeah. Well, the way I got it figured is, if I get accepted in this program that's good, I'll make it work. If I don't, I'll still figure out how to make it work. I've already told you what my 3 most important goals are. I'm going to stand by that. Not going to change it. Not going to change my mind. I don't feel the greatest right now. But I'm not dope sick. I don't need a shot of dope to make me feel normal. I feel normal. I mean, I'm still ill. I'm still going through the withdrawals and stuff. You know, like I said, probably a couple more weeks. But then it'll be out of my system, and I won't have to deal with that anymore either. So, no matter what the outcome is of this program, I'm going to remain sober. And I'm going to continue to remain free and continue to do the best that I can to get back on my feet again.
We had to address this. I'm glad that we addressed this. I'm glad that we got Jelico's take on this situation. We got a chance to talk with Jelico as well. You know, what are your thoughts about Jelico and him coming through for you the way that he did?
You know, there's a lot of people that would have helped me out if I'd have called him. A whole lot of people. But when we get in situations like that, we tend to call people that are a little closer to us. You know? And me and Jelico have become right close. I mean, like he said, man, we talked for hours and hours about sobriety, you know, staying out of jail, all kinds of stuff. So, and we've become very good friends, brothers, family members, Ann as well. And I've never given up on him, you know, even though he got into what he got into, you know, that's what addicts do. So, and he didn't give up on me.
I want to wrap this up. I'm hopeful that you're going to get some good news from this program, and that's going to be where you're able to go. It'll be a safe, stable environment for you. There will be rules. There will be people there that you don't like. And I just ask you to stay strong and let it roll off your back, man, because it's not about them or what's going on between you and them. It's only about you and what's going to be best for you to maintain your sobriety. With that, what do you want to say to everybody?
First, I want to say that I have absolutely no problem with rules. I mean, your house, your rules. I get it. I have absolutely no problem with people unless they are directly violating my space. I want to thank everybody out there who's been supporting me through all this, and the ones who haven't. But no matter what, nothing can change my mind about the way I feel right now. And that is to obtain my goals.
I appreciate you sharing everything, Rabbit. I wish you nothing but the best and absolute success. And that success all begins with sobriety. So thank you for sharing all of this. And I'm hoping that where you're going from here is just a continuation of where you've already begun going over the course of the last week.
Where I'm going from here, no matter what the situation calls for, I'm going straight back up on my feet again.
Hell yeah. Well, we were looking forward to seeing that.
And you will.